President Yoweri Museveni and the First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Mrs. Janet Museveni, have welcomed plans by Restore International to establish a university and open a giraffe sanctuary in Amoro district. Restore International, also known as Love Does, is a non-profit organization founded by Robert Kendall Gove, an American lawyer and the United States Honorary Consul to Uganda.
Projects, he emphasized the importance of sustainable financing for the education initiative.
Well, thank you so much. That sounds good because both programs, the education and the conservation, are very good programs. The children are many, they want to study.
Regarding the role of higher education in national development, President Museveni explained that socio-economic transformation requires an educated, skilled, and healthy workforce. Mama Janet Museveni expressed appreciation for Dr. Robert Gove and his team's choice to work in northern Uganda, an area that suffered from the Lord's Resistance Army insurgents for years. She thanked them for initiating Restore University, which provides opportunities for qualified local secondary students to pursue higher education.
So we want to thank you, not just for bringing hope to many, but choosing to bring hope to the hopeless in a rural area.
Dr. Robert Gove noted that this marks Restore International's 20th year in Uganda, adding that they envision the university and giraffe sanctuary as part of their enduring legacy.
But we expect really big things to come out of Amuru district. Yeah. And as Jody said, we want that place known not as a place of war, but as of higher education. And kind of like Jesus when they said, what can come out of Nazareth? I want to say what can come out of Amuru district are graduates.
Executive Director of Restore International, Love Does, explained that while the organization operates in 14 countries, its largest presence in Uganda, they run schools, women's resource centers, and various other programs including refuge, prison, and field initiatives.
We believe very strongly in education and view it as a very effective tool to create peace and opportunities. We will begin construction in March of 2025, and that hopefully will open admissions in July of 2026. It would be our great honor to open our campus to students into northern Uganda. A place previously known for conflict might be known for progress and what's possible.
Reporting for UBC, Baguma William.
President Yoweri Museveni has directed officials of the Wildlife Authority to stop charging Ugandan travelers fees at Machishon Falls National Park of Karuma Bridge that is to be rebuilt. Now, the Karuma Bridge has been the main gateway linking northern Uganda and, of course, the sub-region, including West Nile, and to the rest of the country. The President's directive follows by some of the members of Parliament from northern Uganda, which was raised by the chairperson of the NRM Parliamentary Caucus, who is also the government chief whip, Honorable Hamson Abor, at NRM's caucus meeting with President Yoweri Museveni this evening in Entebbe. The meeting was convened by the national chairman of NRM. President Museveni managed to handle this discussion as they all talked about matters of national importance. President Museveni therefore directed the Vice President, retired Major Justice convene a meeting next week to be attended by officials from the Tourism Ministry, the conservationists and the leadership of northern Uganda should also get together and have a clear picture about the park issue. Additionally, President Museveni asked members of the forthcoming meeting to draw parallels with the situation at Queen Elizabeth's National Park that has a trunk road traversing the park, and yet wildlife is also in existence. On the other hand, MPs not to succumb to the trivial demands of the electorate, causing unnecessary pressure on them, stressing the importance of prioritizing of the implementation of government programs.
See a big structure, they run away, they fear, because they are not used. So therefore, I would invite the Minister of Tourism to call the MPs from those areas, and because this is our industry of tourism. If it is true that these animals fear, which I think may be true, they fear the big vehicles when it comes, because animals they are not rational. They react by instinct. So size to an animal which has never seen a big vehicle may affect it. So I propose that next week the Minister of Tourism calls a meeting somewhere in Kampala there, and you hear from these conservationists, then the owner of Boa should also attend, and he can brief me what the interaction, because this is your industry. If these animals run away and the tourists don't see the animals and they don't come, the whole country will lose. So you better study. That is the issue. It's not the money. From my point of view, it is the impact on the tourism. Should we allow only some type of vehicles, like smaller cars, instead of the big ones, or what? What do we do after assessment with the conservationists? I don't know whether the Minister of Tourism is here. Is he here? Who is from tourism here? But the Prime Minister will organize. Is the Prime Minister here? A deputy? Vice President can organize it, can organize that meeting. So that is really the issue. The issue is not the money, the issue is the impact on those animals. But of course, I was in my head, you look at Queen Elizabeth, the animals there, there is that main road from Mbarara to Kasese, big vehicles pass there. And the animals are also there. So what is the difference? But tosala gwa kawala tunawulira gwa kalenzi.
Now about heritage sites, the Lord Mayor of Kampala, Erias Lukwago, has appealed for concerted efforts in order to The Lord Mayor of Kampala, Erias Lukwago, has appealed for concerted efforts in order to help Ugandans reach a diverse cultural heritage. Speaking at a cross-cultural heritage awards, Lukwago highlighted the grim consequences associated with the destruction of Uganda's cultural heritage, emphasizing the need for immediate action.
Now in its 6th edition, The main objective of the Heritage Awards is to underscore the urgency of heritage recognition and promotion in Uganda.
I'm extremely excited that today we've been able to recognize 7 Ugandans who have made an outstanding contribution to the safeguarding of our heritage as a nation.
The awards are categorized into 3: tangible heritage, intangible heritage, and the newly introduced Heritage Press category. Josephine Chomuhendo, a London-based Ugandan eco-sustainable designer, Dr. Yoram Samba, and veteran journalist Tony Owana were recognized for their contributions in the intangible category.
So when I came here, I had myself being a very colorful CV, including some corrections I wanted to make. And then, in addition to the award, there's also an envelope, which I think I needed. I'm happy. I want to thank God that I'm a reference point for many of the aspects of the history of this country. I'm humbled to hear that.
And we prepared for this day for a long time. We've been talking and asking ourselves, she always says, does Uganda really know what I do? Do they ever know what I am up to? Because she's been in this journey for more than 20 years.
In the tangible heritage category, Nubian Consultative Forum in Bombo, Rwandike Chiefdom, and the Botanical Gardens of Toro were honored for their efforts in preserving cultural heritage. Bamutaraki Musinguzi, a freelance writer with the Nation Media, was honored in the media category. Speaking at the event, Kampala Lord Mayor Erias Lukwago underscored the importance of preserving Uganda's cultural heritage.
I had the issues with the leadership of where I come from in Uganda. When we were renovating the Royal Mile, how we brought down those century-old trees, Kabaka Njagala. And I said, oh my God. I don't know if you still have those images of those trees. Yes, they were replaced, and there are new ones which are coming up now. But those ones reflected on them to bring back those memories and what to tell the history.
At the moment, we are working with KCCA to come up with an ordinance to safeguard historical building sites and monuments. It might be too late for certain buildings, but I think we are still in time for some of the buildings that are still existing. Yes, so we'll definitely urge them to ensure that this law is passed probably before the end of the year, before 2024 ends. Otherwise, we are risking those developments. We have new buildings that are coming up each passing day.
He argued that destruction of cultural sites and monuments poses several dangers, including community trauma, irreversible damage, cultural homogenization, and loss of cultural heritage.
There is also giant Masekuya. Giant Masekuya is in which city? Masekuya tree. These are treasured species. So now, the critical challenge we are having, how do we balance modernity with the preservation of heritage? You need to help us.
Mr. Lukwago added that it is essential to recognize the significance of cultural monuments and work towards their protection and preservation in order to ensure the safeguarding of the country's shared cultural heritage. Dennis Igoa and Juman Samba for UBC News.
Thank you very much there, Dennis Sigoa. Now, residents of Bataka village in Nabingo, Wakiso district are worried over the increasing attacks from an emerging machete wielding thugs. According to LC1 chairman Mogirwan Sanja, the insecurity that the group has caused in the area needs urgent attention.
Residents of Bataka village in Nabingo, Wakiso district have called for security enhancement in their area over increasing attacks from an emerging group of machete-wielding thugs. According to the residents, the group of the unidentified thugs has been attacking people and making threats over land. Residents say that one of their colleagues, identified as Bernard Luchamuze, was brutally attacked and stabbed by the gang, leaving him in a coma.
Bagala kutta abantu sina kwagala kutta abantu yuzo omusajja bamutemye abebijambiya bali ku ttaka asala go batema bajje batuyambe President Museveni taata ojja oyingira mu nsonga z'ettaka nga ziggwa ne baminisita abakwataganya ku by'ettaka mujje tuyambe tuli bubi kyalo kiri ku bunke
era ffe twagenda okugula ku ttaka lino nga tumanyi ensonga zino zaggwa netugulako naye ettaka litulemye okukozesa.
The LC1 chairman Mugeran Sanja says the emergence of this group of thugs is land related.
Kati tusaba ebintu bino bintamye era baali baleseko n'abebijambiya abakwatibwa abaasangibwa mu maka ga Kiggundu. Tusaba ab'obuyinza babe okukibakola ekyamangu okulaba nti abantu bataasibwa.
State Minister for Lands Dr. Sam Mayanja confirmed that the matter has been investigated extensively with clear identification of the rightful landowners.
Read out the report both in English and Uganda and was fully understood by all the family members present, the public and whoever was interested.
In a recent security meeting, the district police commander reported that Awan Chigundu Lawrence has connections to the issue and is wanted over 6 charges related to the dispute.
Police informed us that they have about 6 criminal charges already authorized, sanctioned by the DPP for charging Chigundu.
The land in question that has caused the dispute covers about 15 acres and is located in Butaka village, Chengera Down Council in Wakiso district. Charity Marian Imnat and Jamil Sekaja for UBC News.
Now, the Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union is advocating a number of female students pursuing science, aiming to promote gender balance and empower more women to excel in scientific fields. This has been disclosed by the chairperson, Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union, Vicente Long, while meeting female science educators countrywide.
The journey to gender equality in science has made significant strides, but much work remains to be done where the representation of women in science-related fields remains low. Addressing female science educators in Kampala, Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union chairperson Vicente Long is leading key initiatives to bridge the gender gap and ensure more female students not only pursue science but excel in it.
Number one is to first of all sensitization, and then we will go into mobilization and resource. It comes in terms of mobilizing the teachers, because what we have brought here are leaders, and when you want to reach people, you must first reach their leaders. So that's what we thought it would, because we have already the structure of UPUSTO. We have 16 sub-regions which are fully funded with the leadership. And these leaders of the female teachers are in that structure. So we brought them here to sensitize them so that they know their roles.
The union recognizes that systematic many female students from pursuing science.
Statistics shows that we still have very low enrollment of science in terms of university. And the female is even worse. It may not even reach 5%. So our target, first of all, is to bridge the gap, make sure that the number of people offering sciences at school level, that is long term, is bridged to 40%. If we can have the overall where they're announcing 40% did science and 60%, then we are looking at university enrollment.
Betty Auma, a science educator, said there is need for equal access to quality, pushing for policies and programs that not only provide education opportunities for all students, but also focus on addressing the specific challenges faced by girls in science.
Our counterparts do not encourage the girl child to participate in the study of science. They are given names, they are given words that discourage them from learning of science, even in the presence of a female science teacher. Another challenge we have seen is there are certain schools in the whole country. Some of the schools do not have the female science teachers. Why? It is because the science teachers, as a girl child, they are discouraged from taking up the learning of science.
Another key strategy is connecting female science students with successful female scientists for mentorship, offering guidance and inspiration. By improving resources, enhancing curricula, and ensuring the union aims to lay a strong foundation for future generations of female scientists. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Now, Lira Regional Referral Hospital is expected to host the first satellite laboratory in the region. The biosafety laboratory is meant to strengthen clinical research and specialized tests at the hospital.
No radiologists to read the scans.
A biosafety level 2 laboratory referral hospital is nearing completion, with the works at 96%.
Because we are only left with a few of the finishing and polishing, which can take maybe like 1 or 2 weeks, and we shall be done.
The 3.9 billion project was awarded to Techno3 Limited under the Uganda COVID-19 Response and Preparedness Project. The 2-storied building houses a special sample reception area, waiting area, offices, and a floor where specialized tests will be carried from.
Immunology, histology, workshop room, PCR1, PCR2, the molecular biology, we are having serology, chemistry, and hematology. So almost this floor is having only the labs.
So to the region, the fact is that this lab is now able to handle the various tests, be it of emergency nature or otherwise the normal tests that should be taken, to support the physicians in the process of being able to clearly identify what is being treated, and that prescriptions and probably medicine use and also prognosis, that is the recovery process of the patients.
The installation of laboratory equipment worth 700 million is ongoing at the site.
The first one is the satellite lab that we have just worked, and then the call and dispatch center that's just next to the satellite lab. We have 14 sites in a refugee district, so really the sites are scattered all over. We try to prioritize where we see that there's a need.
According to the hospital administrator, most buildings at the hospital were constructed in 1928, and the construction of the new laboratory will greatly improve diagnosis in the region. With the different government interventions, the hospital has improved and has attracted several specialities.
We are now proud as Lira Regional Referral Hospital and the Lango sub-region to say we have almost beyond 15 specialties taking place here in Lango.
The hospital might...
Doreen Shabohurira, the communication officer, OCREP, implored the people of Lango to utilize the facilities. To average, Lira Regional Referral Hospital attends to over 400 clients daily in the outpatients department. Edulwa, UBC News.
Thank you very much there, AD. Now, Ministry of Health in partnership with UNICEF Uganda has kicked off with a 4-day mass polio vaccination campaign in 49 districts of eastern Uganda and Karamoja sub-region. In Moroto and Napak districts, the exercise has kicked off and is going on well. According to the Ministry of Health, 221 and 627 children below 5 years are targeted in Karamoja sub-region, and 13.4 million nationwide.
The 4-day mass polio vaccination campaign, supported by the Ministry of Health in partnership with UNICEF Uganda, kicked off in 49 district Kedi, Bogishu, Sebei, Teso, and Karamoja sub-region. The campaign started on Thursday, 3rd October 2024 and is expected to end on 6th of October. It targets children under 5 years, and according to the Ministry of Health, it is part of an urgent response to prevent the spread of highly infectious and potentially deadly diseases.
This Mbale is a regional city. We looked at the movement of people from Mbale to these other regions. We thought it was us to cover the people right from Busoga up to Karamoja.
The campaign follows discovery by Ministry of Health of a polio case in Mbale city earlier this year, with its source traced from Garissa in eastern Kenya.
Uganda and Kenya have actually planned to do this. Ideally, we should have done it at the same time, but Kenya did the first round when we hadn't started ours. We were still making arrangements, but they are now in their second round of the campaign.
James Lem, District Medical Officer.
In the Moroto district, we are talking of a population of about 25,600 children of that age group. So we've made sure that enough social mobilization has been ongoing, and it is actually still taking place as the exercise is ongoing as well.
All children under 5 years are expected to be vaccinated, regardless of their previous vaccination status. Moroto district health workers will be held, even those in kraals and mobile communities.
For those hard to reach places, we've had to send health workers to go and camp there. And they are going to spend all the days of the campaign in those locations until they finish, because these are quite distant.
In kraals, just specifically for Lotisa. So they are quite big, and you know, there are kraals that have come also from the other side of Kotido district in Kikame, Kobebe. Then we have also the Turkana communities which have come this side in search of water and pasture.
They also revealed challenges faced so far.
We had one case where a family refused their children to be vaccinated. That is within the municipality.
The majority of our populations are spread far and wide. They are really not easily reachable. The distance of the health facilities.
In this first phase, the ministry is targeting over 2.7 million children across the 49 districts. The second phase of the vaccination campaign is expected to be held between 7th and 10th November 2024. Polio is highly infectious and dangerous disease that attacks the nervous system and muscles and can cause paralysis or even death to children. Nahabwe Charity, Maureen Eager.
Now, stakeholders have called for action towards the awareness of dyslexia condition to reduce stigma and misconception of the health condition. According to Dr. Paul Njuchi, the misconception about dyslexia medical condition has highly affected learning, especially among children.
Based learning disorder that affects a person's ability to read, spell, write and sometimes speak, and presents differently in each person. The disorder, which is not easily recognized, manifests mainly through difficulty in reading words, recognizing sight words, and understanding the relationship between sounds and letters.
Like the teaching strategies are not friendly to them, they tend to get bored, and what does it lead? It leads to low attention. They'll keep on moving up and down, they never settle in class. Because it is hard for them to read, it is hard for them to write, and at times even to comprehend.
The condition that affects both children and older persons can either be genetic or acquired. During the commemoration of the second National Dyslexia Day held in Kampala, a call to intensive awareness of the condition was made.
75% of school failure is due to dyslexia. So this is a time bomb. We need to do something. When you remember our brothers and sisters who didn't make it to secondary, who didn't make it to university, majority of them have dyslexia.
According to Dr. Paul Njuchi, there is a lot of dyslexia condition which has highly affected learning, especially among children. He says more emphasis should be put on awareness to reduce stigma and continued advocacy for social inclusion rather than segregation of children.
People don't know this facility which has helped so many. Before we used to have so many kids failing PLE. These days the numbers have gone down. Why? Because if you can't write it, you can't say it. This is a very good opportunity that people should be aware of.
Schools have been tasked to invest in supportive tools and resources that help individuals with this. The tools may include assistive technologies such as text-to-speech, software and audiobooks to make reading more accessible, software that can help in reading, writing and spelling.
Most important things was awareness, because there's a lot of stigma around disabilities. There's a lot of lack of awareness. There's even lack of awareness about the impairments, but also lack of awareness of the existing resources that can support children with learning impairments.
Educationists have also been asked to make provision for extended time for tests and assignments for students with dyslexia. Dyslexia is mainly common among boys than girls, and it's a condition that cannot be cured but can be managed with appropriate interventions and support. Susan Naung and Andrew Sebira reporting for ABC TV.
Newly elected Uganda Law Society leadership has been sworn in by the Faizo Molalida. The new ULS President Isaac Kimeze Semakade has promised justice for all as he outlined a bold vision for Uganda Law Society, including cleaning the society's image.
Leaders of Uganda Law Society were elected last week have taken their oath of office to kickstart their 2-year tenure. Those who took oath of office include Isaac Semakade Kimeze, the President, Vice President Anthony Asimwe, and regional representatives among others.
Serve to the Council of Uganda Law Society in the discharge of my official duties, or shall come to my knowledge in the discharge of my official duties. Of my official duties, as may be specially permitted by the President of Uganda Law Society.
The swearing-in ceremony held in Kampala was officiated by the Deputy Registrar, Faizo Mulalila, who cautioned the incoming leaders towards keeping the image of Uganda Law Society. Isaac Semakade Kimeze pledged to champion justice for all Ugandans, particularly in addressing the land disputes and ensuring adherence to the rule of law,
so as to leave the practice of law free and clear to deliver justice to Ugandans who are suffering. They are suffering land grabbing, bad employment conditions, racial discrimination, sexual harassment, unjust taxation, deprivation of health care and education opportunities, and so on. We have not been mobilized to defend our independence as the bar. That has now happened, and we have passed the test. I'm so proud to be a member of this bar.
President Semakade, who had no kind words towards the involvement of the Attorney General and the Solicitor General in the Uganda Law Society issues, promised to promote the image of the society.
This is why I passed to make it very clear that the radical new bar will fight for the independence of the legal profession. It will decolonize the Uganda Law Society. We have to follow our constitution. This election has become further evidence that a majority of our members understand these fine differences. They were put on the ballot. Will you listen of the independent legal profession? Will you listen and join us in fulfilling the demands and dictates of Article 2 and Article 274 of their Constitution?
Speaking at the same ceremony, the representative law counsel, lawyer Sekanjako Abeka, is optimistic that the new leadership will be a regime of action towards issues concerning Ugandans and the rule of law.
So the moment you're out of court, you more or less disempowering us. I'm not saying that it was meaningless for the society to be issuing statements on each and every happening around the country, but we needed more. We needed more. We needed to see the society that takes action. Let it be a petition or anything to challenge.
Isaac Semakade Kimeze to swear in as the President Uganda Law Society. This followed an election last week where he won his opponent Isaac Atkunda with an overwhelming margin of 100 votes. Deborah Viola Nansubuga, UBC News.
In technology advancement, artificial intelligence, AI, is new technology method that's being adapted to by Ugandans across Uganda, but also around the world in their day-to-day lives. Now Ugandans have been implored to adopt this new technological advancement with an aim of embracing productivity and enhancing creativity.
As the world evolves from analog to the digital era, various technological advancements have come up, among which is the artificial intelligence AI, which has seen many people across the globe adapt to it in their daily lives, plus work-related aspects. This being the order of the day, Ugandans have also been implored to adapt to the norm of embracing AI.
It's going to improve your day-to-day life, the economy, and as well it's going to improve your business setting and mindset, especially to people adopted to social media. Please adopt to the AI. It's going to improve your understanding to the future technology that is coming.
The promise is to enhance your productivity as well as unleashing your creativity to ensure that you keep your life enjoyable and fun.
This was during the launch of Techno AI ecosystem, which has seen a series of laptops, robots and smartphones among others released, aiming at transforming personal and work experiences.
In the future, like I told you, you'll use your robot to tell it you can command it with your voice to write an email, to send an email because it will be connected to your phone. The light turn on the TV, as long as you're in the techno ecosystem, all that will be possible.
With the advent of AI, we are now also committed to become the leader of this field.
There are worries, however, that with this new technology, creativity and innovativeness of many people will be retarded.
It's dependent on I caution every Ugandan out there not to misuse the AI in the future of Uganda. It's the future of advanced technology.
The youths say that this establishment is timely in an era where the whole world is evolving digitally.
Now the AI tools, we have things that we can be in a meeting and then literally record the session and the AI translates it into text and then proofread. I mean, very many AI features after that. Now the new techno AI, this is going to be very achievable.
We should recall that even the President of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, puts adequate emphasis on Ugandans to embrace science and technology since it's the future. And Rebecca Nantongo, Susan Inabugude, UBC News.
Crested Secondary School Leo Club has received a charter from Entebbe Road Lions Club as a member of the international community.
A total of 43 students have taken oath of allegiance to the Lions principles to serve and offer humanitarian assistance. During the initiation at Crested Secondary School, Makindye, the students were installed in various positions like treasury and secretary. The new president of Crested Leo's Club, Victoria Enembabazi, pledged to spearhead her team to uphold the values of the club.
I'm supposed to be a guide to tell them, do not do this, head here, head there. Maybe this person is not so needy, let's give them accordingly to this. Maybe this one is extra needy, let's give them right now. And for as long as there's a need, basically it. When there's a need, there's a Leo.
The principal of Crested Secondary School, Lion Lydia Ibingira, says schools offer the best environment to tap into the potential of learners.
I decided to partner with the Lions Club of Entebbe Road because Lionism is part of me, it's part of us, and it is one way to train young people into leadership. Like my president said, Lions train is actually leadership, experience, and opportunity. So we are giving them leadership and experience and the opportunity to serve the nation and serve the world at large.
The governor of Entebbe Lions Club, Allen Naturinda, said what they are doing is within the mission of the Lions Club International to bring hands and hearts to communities.
We have programs that cater for the youth to grow them in skills for leadership, for skills for helping them live well with their neighbors and fellow human beings in the communities in which they live. So really we nurture that kind of kind-heartedness. Kindness matters in the Lions Clubs International. So whatever we do it to leave the person happier than we found them. And that's what we try to nurture in the young people like the Leos.
The president of Lions Club of Entebbe Road, Lion Loi Muramura, said instilling values of leadership and charity into young people is significant in grooming a responsible generation.
Well, time for us to take a short break and then we will return with more.
Uganda fire! Endiva fire! Our border fire! Uganda! Thank you for showing your fire! As Uganda Crane showed Congo, why nobody is called a Katino? Mayuwa wa mubiri Gamulicho! Katinga Uganda Crane 6 on South Sudan on the 11th of October. Bring more fire and support even harder Nambole. Dial *165*20# hash or go to buy ticket on the Momo app to get your discounted ordinary ticket at 20k on Momo. And it comes with a free train ride to Nambole. Cash is 25k. Camp starts at 7 p.m. The first 2 Nel special beers go for 1k each when you buy with Momo at MTN Gavut Day. Uganda Cranes fire! MTN fire! Proudly brought to you by MTN, the #1 supporter of Uganda's football. Together, truly unstoppable.
It's true what people say, that when I wash and you wash your hands with soap, we'll have less infections as Ugandans. After all, it's hands that handle money. It's hands that feed us. Hands that prepare soil for farming. Hands that we use to learn. And hands that we use for fun.
When I wash and you wash, it means clean hands for all. So, wash your hands with soap and clean water regularly to keep away infections and disease-causing germs. This message is from the National Hand Washing Secretariat with support from UNICEF.
In the heart of Uganda, a financial revolution is happening. We were once left out, saving the old-fashioned way, with an unexpected saving spot, keeping it too close for comfort. But now, we found a better way to save and manage money. Download the Wendy app from Google Play or App Store or dial *229#. With Wendy, your money is safe and you can earn interest daily. Visit your Google Play or App Store or dial *229# to register. Wendy Wanawoli.
The Uganda Muslim Supreme Council and the National Chair Lady, Honorable Sophia Kenyanji Safina, invites all Muslim women and men to join us for a momentous info. The event will take place on the 8th of October 2024 at the Gaddafi National Mosque Gardens starting at 9 a.m. The guest of honor will be Her Excellency Hajat Samia Suluhu, the President of the Republic of Tanzania. And the chief guest will be His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda, and His Eminence Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mubajje, the Mufti of Uganda. This is a chance to be part of something truly as we mark a new era for Muslim women in Uganda. Other activities will include launching the National Muslim Women's Circle and establishing a national fund to support a one-stop skilling and rehabilitation center.
The Ministry of Health informs the general public that there are some cases of Mpox detected in Uganda. The ministry, working with partners and affected district local governments, are doing their best to contain the situation. The signs and symptoms of Mpox are body rash, fever, general body weakness, sore throat, nasal congestion or cough, and swollen lymph nodes. You can prevent yourself from getting infected with Mpox by avoiding close contact with people who have been confirmed to have Mpox or who have signs and symptoms of Mpox. Avoiding touching or sharing personal items like beddings, eating utensils, phones, or other belongings of a person who has the signs and symptoms of Mpox. Avoiding contact, including eating with all wild animals, alive or dead, especially those known to carry the virus, such as rodents and monkeys, and those that appear sick or have been found dead. Getting vaccinated if you're among those who have been identified to be at high risk of Mpox infection. Mpox is treatable and usually goes away after 2 to 4 weeks. However, it can be severe, causing even death, especially among children, pregnant women, and those with other health conditions. For more information and support, contact your nearest health worker. Call the Ministry of Health's toll-free line on 0800 100 066 or send a free SMS to YouReport on 8500.
Welcome back. Let's get into business where the Uganda Manufacturers Association, UMA, that is its annual exhibition is underway in Lugogo, where industrialists are showcasing a wide range of locally produced goods, from structural steel to everyday household products. Ugandans have the chance to explore and purchase items from various industries.
Happens every October. Industrialists under the Uganda Manufacturers Association showcase a wide range of products at the annual exhibition in Lugogo. The exhibition, which kicked off Thursday, brings together Ugandans from various sectors to tour, buy and sell unique locally produced items. Aloysia Sentambi, spokesperson for Steel and Tube, encouraged Ugandans to visit this year's exhibition, highlighting significant improvements compared to last year. Steel and Tube is introducing new structural steel products, which are key focus at their stall.
Pre-engineered buildings are built with already measured materials, I-beams, all sections, angle bars. We use them to build factories, warehouses, storage buildings, and structures of that kind.
Recently we have launched another new innovative product in this country, and that I would say it is a PEP. I think for many this is pre-engineered building. You see, we have been traditionally building the houses, we have been building the steel structures, buildings, the warehouses, factory structures, all using the traditional I-beams and sections. We also got the different awards, like today we are also awarded the Best Exhibitor Award, as well as we are awarded the Best Innovator Award.
Dan Mushabe from Meru Oil noted that in addition to providing quality products, Meru Oil has helped ensure that Ugandans get the value they pay for. He emphasized that when customers buy a liter of oil, they get a full liter, or when they purchase soap, they receive the full weight as advertised. Mushabe also introduced various Meru Oil products that Ugandans should explore at the exhibition.
When you look at Meru, there are things. First of all, Meru, Mount Meru Petroleum Uganda, Meru Group Uganda is. First of all, it's a pure Buy Uganda, Build Uganda company. I've told you, you'll be supporting the taxes that we pay to this economy, not small taxes. You'll be supporting the employment. It's a company that employs 98% of its workforce, the indigenous Ugandans, and not only, it's not cosmetic.
Federation for Small and Medium Enterprises, Opportunity Bank Uganda, and the Small and Medium Enterprises Academy has launched a groundbreaking MSME Accelerator program with resource envelope of about $200,000 US. The partners aim to accelerate the growth and impact at least by 2,820 micro, small and medium-sized enterprises.
Beneficiary micro, small and medium enterprises from Kampala, Mukono, Jinja, Iganga, Soroti, Lira, Mubende and Hoima will be provided with tailored financial products. The accelerator model, which will run for a year, will focus on business diagnostics and identification, curriculum design and training delivery, mentorship and coaching, as well as linkages to finance and markets.
Because the journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. This is the first steps we are taking towards transformation of Ugandans and growing the household income. We are proud to be associated with this partnership, and our special thanks goes to Opportunity International UK.
We are looking for micro, small and medium-sized enterprises. We have also highlighted the sectors that we shall focus on. We have also highlighted the districts, so you should be in those districts, you should be in those sectors, you should be a micro, small and medium-sized enterprise, and you should be having constraints that we think we can resolve in order to put you on the growth trajectory.
The multi-million shillings program seeks to empower MSMEs as viable and sustainable engines for job creation and self-employment in Uganda.
MSMEs tend to appreciate mentorship and hand-holding because this is what makes the difference in most cases. The concepts that the SMEs have learned can be put into practice at this stage. The final stage will be the linkages to finance and markets. The bankable MSMEs will be linked to Opportunity Bank for financing, while others that may not be eligible for financing will be linked to other services, for instance, markets, to mention but a few.
That is more than $200,000 in its inception, is going to enable us to reach out to close to 3,000 SMEs. And if you follow the pattern of impact at a household level, every SME has an opportunity of transforming over 50 people. So if you use the multiplier effect, you can know how many people we target on reaching out. And it's with our humblest and sincere pride, ladies and gentlemen, that we want to launch this project.
Sectors targeted for growth include agriculture, trade, education, and small-scale manufacturing. The initiative also prioritizes youth, women, refugees, and persons of disabilities in the informal sector. Dennis Igoa, for UBC News.
President Yoweri Museveni is set to launch the innovative 4-acre model campaign in Bunyoro sub-region, starting with the Greater Chibale districts. This land at the Chikwaya Playground in Kakumiro district on November 15, 2024, starting at 10 a.m. All residents, civil servants and leaders of Greater Chibale districts in Bunyoro and neighboring areas are invited to attend the launch in large numbers. The 4-acre model initiative led by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni aims to integrate ordinary people into the money economy. During his visit, President Museveni will tour selected 4-acre model farms in the area. This launch will showcase the initiative's impact on local communities, highlighting tangible benefits and success stories of the strategy for households. Don't miss out on this extraordinary event that promises to reshape the future of food security and socio-economic well-being for the people of Greater Chibale districts in Bunyoro sub-region and neighboring areas. Join area leaders for this event aimed at lifting ordinary people out of poverty using their available small land. The mega event will be held at Chikwaya Playground in Kakumiro district, Greater Chibale on November 15, 2024 at 10 a.m.
And then to Sports Federation of Uganda Football Association has, on the occasion of its 100th year existence, hosted its 2024 Annual General Assembly. As we hear more from John Barnes Centum.
Federation of Uganda Football Associations has met at Maya Resort Center in Wakiso District for its 2024 Annual General Assembly. This particular Annual General Assembly that passed a 41.1 billion proposed budget for the year 2025 is different from all others because it happens on the occasion of celebrating 100 years of existence.
There have been very many challenges along the way. First of all, the sport, making sure it reaches every corner of the country. Be able to identify the different talents, give them an opportunity, and be able to generate very strong and powerful national club football. We pride ourselves in 1978, the finals of the Africa Cup of Nations being our apex. Pride ourselves in the sports club via playing the Champions League finals as a club in 1991. We pride ourselves in the very many memorable players and memorable moments.
The assembly that applauded government was graced in absentia by several guest speakers, including Uganda's Minister of Education and Sports.
On the side of government, after the collapse of government and economy between 1971 and 1986, we built the Nambole Stadium using a Chinese government grant, and we have recently refurbished it using government. Using the collaboration with the private sector, we have reconstructed Nachivubo Stadium, and we are building a new stadium in Hoima City. I now congratulate Ugandans on taking up the sport of football, as well as other sports such as athletics, cricket, golf, etc. For now, however, I congratulate FUFA at 100 years on behalf of the Ministry of Education and Sports. We bless the Lord for Uganda's achievements in sports, and we hope to get better as we go forward.
There was also a message from the Federation of International Football Associations President, Gianni Infantino.
I have also seen how hard Uganda has worked to make football more accessible for young people across the whole nation, and I commend the Federation for working with FIFA on the launch of FIFA football in the country earlier this year. Education is vitally important for any nation's development, especially when the country has one of the youngest populations in the world, as Uganda does.
The meeting highlighted key areas of attention, including next year's elective assembly and the infrastructure development in relation to hosting of the AFCON 2027.
But the sport got a challenge that when it became more professional and needing more money, there hadn't been a proper strategic plan. So we are struggling to make sure that the sport is run professionally and have facilities, have the kind of resources that can allow talent being able to achieve their maximum potential.
Delegates were also briefed about the technical master plan which intends to improve the country's quality of football.
You will see that a light football takes a very little slight part of football development, but when we go to grassroots, when we go to mass football, when we go to talent identification from each district where there is a smaller pitch, a big pitch, and then a organized pitch. So we are very excited for the next period of our development. More especially, we are very excited for the program that FIFA has brought and our talent identification program and mass football.
The Assembly resolved to maintain all apart from Joram Katende on the Electoral Commission that will again be chaired by Matthias Bwire. The Appeals Committee also remains the same with Yusuf Awuye the head, ahead of next year's election, whose nomination fees have been maintained. There were rewards to 4 people: Nsali Semakula, Edrisa Kiwanuka, Kaulu Mwanji and Jamil Kasirye for excellence of service to football.
Uganda Olympic Committee's Athletes Commission is hosting a 2-day workshop for athletes. It's intended to help these athletes through their sports careers and life after.
During the active days, many sports personalities wow the public with their performances. But many of them suffer from several complications ranging from physical injuries, but worst of all, emotional distress. To ensure that especially the latter doesn't have their effects on them, Uganda Olympic Committee's Athletes Commission has organized a 2-day workshop purposely to tutor on several aspects.
We are doing these workshops to sensitize the athletes, 1, of their rights, 2, of what's happening around issues on doping, athletes safeguarding, gender-based violence, which is a very important thing happening now after what happened to our Rebecca Cheptegei. But we are going to be holding these workshops every year because we receive $10,000 from the IOC every year. So it's up to us to apply for these workshops and then we run them. So the more frequent we do them, the more athletes that we impact. So that's the role and that's the target.
The workshop at Nobview Hotel in Tinda is attended by the creme de la creme of Uganda's athletes and graced by several high-profile sports administrators.
So as they are here, they will learn different things, they will share experiences, networking and the like. And we believe that by the time they go away from here, they will be a whole athlete. And what some of my advice to the athletes is that they think about dual career.
The athletes will benefit from several topics like the background of Olympism, athlete safeguarding, gender-based violence, and the athlete career plus.
The subjects on life after sport, I'm going to get in now and do facilitation on giving them tools to prepare them for life after sport, because sometimes we forget these athletes and then they die away and we don't know what they are doing.
And that's all we had time for. Thank you so much for choosing us. My name is Patricia Lukoma. Mugalo Mohammed has been with us on sign language. It's a good night from us and the entire news team, but UBC programming continues.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
At Uganda, we are committed to empowering communities by supporting projects that unlock excellent economic benefits for Ugandans through job creation, tax contribution, output value, and foreign exchange. We seek partnerships with projects that drive economic development in Uganda.
Eriku bugazi bwa hika 15 manje zafuza myaka 2 kati wetwata na kusimba adi wetwatandikira twatandika ne hika 10 wetwata hika 10 akata aho esente zali ntono ngabo chimanyi wano mu Uganda kati nasalawo okutukira UDB kati byatukira UDB naye tebaba babi sente bakola ki bazituweereza kati ne tutandika guno mulimu gwe mukola ki gwe mulaba kati mukutandika guno mulimu gwe mulaba tuguzeemu bingi kubanga olaba tuli ku drip system then kano twakata Israeli era zesete ezimu ezakugula okuva Israeli then n'okutuyamba mu bakozi okusima the reservoir nezino control rooms zinagabola bagwe generator wateba jona yaba jona mu UDP wano ngaba libona abalone mu Uganda waliwo abesobola walima abatesobola batukire UDP banga fe etuyambye netwa buli kimu okutwaliza wamu mu UDP tufunyemu.
The East Africa UK Tourism and Culture Expo 2024 is here, happening on 8th and 9th of November 2024 under the theme Enhancing as Engine for Social and Economic Transformation on the sidelines of WTM London at the Rembrandt Hotel, 11th Thurlow, PI South Kensington, London, SW7 2RS, United Kingdom. For tickets, exhibitors will pay £1,000 and participants will pay £300. For more information, call +256 787 096100 or +254 795 806 969. Visit www.eauktourismexpo.com to register.
Independence Day is observed as a national holiday in a country. Uganda became an independent sovereign state on 9th October 1962.
Uganda is born again, free and independent.
This event holds an important position in the history of Uganda as it marks the country's freedom to self-rule from its colonial masters. Uganda and the people have made significant strides in 62 years, like improvement in economic growth, education, agriculture, peace, prosperity and political stability. This year's 62nd celebrations will be held under the theme Independence Day, a recommitment to secure and fortify our destiny. Join us on Wednesday 9th October 2024 at Busiko Teachers Demonstration Primary School Grounds, Masafu Town Council, Busia District, as we relay the celebrations live on UBC TV. Inspiring Uganda.
In a world where every day is a battle for survival, one man endures grueling hardships just to make a living.
Yes, sir.
In Olwatuka, witness a heart-pounding journey of love,